Hey y'all, how are you? So it has been a minute, not a minute. I'm just a day late and a dollar short. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you are returning, I just want to say welcome back, family. I am so happy to see you, okay, or for you to see me. Um, at any rate, I do want to say I am a day late. I try to post on Monday and we got some serious snow, and on top of that I wasn't feeling well, so it slowed the process, but it didn't stop. Delayed but not denied. Okay, I'm like, why am I so puffy on this side? Anywho, I'm a little self-conscious of stuff. I be trying to do my best though. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can expect from ourselves, right? Our best. Okay. Yes, that's like one of the four agreements to always do your best. I think it's make no assumptions. What is the other one? I always ah don't take anything personally. Always do your best. The fourth one eludes me at the moment. At any rate, if you don't know about the four agreements, I think that the author's name is Ruiz. You can look it up, but the fibro fog. I can't remember the fourth one. I can't remember. I know it's to do your best. Don't make assumptions. Don't take it personally. And I don't know. Anywho, it kind of all aligns with when I always say, like, at the end to our goal, because we all are works in progress, right? So I always think about our goal is to be a better version of ourselves today than we were yesterday and be an even better version tomorrow. So it's like, I always say do good and be better. So it all aligns. So anywho's anyhows, I hope that you are well, that life is treating you good. Life is lifing on this side. I've got some people I care about that are going through some stuff, and yeah, I mean, don't we all? Not to mention the state of the world in the moment. Um, yeah, but we're gonna stay on a lighter note. Keep it 100. We're gonna keep it 100, but we're gonna try to focus on the positive, because we will attract to us more of whatever we focus on. So we want to focus on the good. We want to focus on the prosperity, the good health, the laughter, the joy, the goodness, the good things that help to elevate us, bring us up, and not necessarily take us down. So that this channel, Wonderfully Me, is about not that I'm just wonderful, but I'm wonderful, right? I love to travel. I love everything about travel, but um I have a chronic illness, fibromyalgia, and because of that, it makes travel a little bit more challenging. But even though that's the case, it doesn't stop the show. Okay, yeah, I might. It might take a little more. I might have to travel slow now, but I'm still traveling. I'm still gonna do what I do. I mentioned in previous video that I've been doing more cruises because that is cost effective, and also it kind of aligns with me being able to do slow travel, right? Because I can rest. I'm not like walking a million places necessarily, or trying to get on like a bunch of different transportation and stuff like that, which tends to wear me out. So I want to talk about a little bit about cruises, but I also wanted to mention this one thing that I've been seeing some videos, and I um, wanted to just touch on the point about your passport. It is really important, especially now. It is really important that we have a passport that is current, up to date, and all that kind of stuff. Now, your passport lasts for 10 years, so you get it one time and you got a good minute. But as you get to that point where your passport is about to expire, and when I say get to that point, a year before it is about to expire is a time that you need to start thinking about when you are going to renew, because most places you travel require that you have at least 6 months left on your passport in order for you to enter their country. Okay, so you have to have at least 6 points. So if your expiration date is in September, don't get me started. I think I want to say March. you need to not be trying to travel with that passport past March, right? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yes, March. So you need to not be trying to travel with that passport past March, okay? So you need to be thinking about renewing your passport. Another thing I wanted to say is that when I renew my passport, another thing that I'm going to get with it is my passport card. It is like an extra $35 or $40 or something to that effect. And it is not necessarily something that is going to be accepted for travel or whatever. Like I think in country travel, I think the passport card is fine. But once you leave, it's maybe okay in certain Caribbean countries, but that's not the reason why I'm saying have the passport card. I'm saying get your passport card because it's easier than carrying your passport. So even if you are traveling like on a cruise or something and you just have to have some kind of ID, it's great to have that passport card as opposed to bringing your passport unless they specifically tell you that you have to have that passport. But in today's climate, right here in the US, it is beneficial if you are traveling, walking. And when I say traveling, I mean like, going to the store, that you have some kind of ID that demonstrates that you are a citizen. So that passport card is really helpful in that way. So that's my suggestion, that you get that. And my other passport suggestion is that you get the big book. It doesn't cost anything extra. And I didn't know this in the beginning. So I was like going through passports like crazy because I didn't know I could get a bigger book. Yes, you get a bigger book. Why do you want that bigger book? A, because you might be like me and you want to travel a lot of places, and that means you're getting a lot of stamps, a lot of pages are getting used. Another thing that some countries require is blank pages, because sometimes their visa has a page for the actual visa like sticker, like sometimes they're this big, and then another page where they put the stamp, right? So you have to, sometimes they say, oh, you got to have, 2 blank pages, or you have to have 4 blank pages. So you don't want to get caught up in a situation where you don't have enough pages, or your passport is going to expire in less than 6 months. And when I say 6 months, it's not 6 months from the time that you're going to travel. No. It's from the time that you would be coming back. Okay, so if you have a trip planned in March, using my example, if you have a trip planned in March, but you don't come back until April and your passport expired in September, you don't have 6 months, because they're looking at 6 months from the date of your return to your home country. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I wanted to get that part out there. As far as the cruises, yes. I think I mentioned this way back. You'd have to go back into the archives. But I've been on multiple cruise lines, not them all. So I really can't, I can't, say, I definitely haven't been on some of these high end like Silver Sea or something like no, I've never done that. But I've done the basics. I've done Carnival, I've done Royal Caribbean, I've done Celebrity, I've done Norwegian. I believe that's it. Yes, I think those are the 4 I've been on. Yeah, that sounds right. I've never done Princess or Holland America, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, but I've done some of the popular ones, let's just say. And I have a favorite. just like I have a favorite airline, Qatar Airlines. Don't you need a spokesperson? Just a typical person to hype up Qatar Airlines. Anyway, um, um, my favorite cruise line is Celebrity. And yes, it may be possibly because, let me push that back a little bit, possibly because I am getting older. But the irony is, I haven't taken a celebrity cruise in like 10 years or something. It's been a minute. It's been a good, no, more than 10 years, maybe 13 years, I think. I think 13 years since I've taken a celebrity cruise. 12. I guess it just came to me. It's 12. So the last celebrity cruise I did was a transatlantic cruise that took me into Europe. So my point here, as long-winded as I am, because that's just me, you know, what it's 6, 7. My point is that Celebrity is my favorite cruise line. It's very low key. It's, relaxation. Yes, the people are older. They are. But I used my time on the last celebrity cruise to read books and kind of be like indulgent in self-care and all that kind of stuff. So it was everything. And the food is top notch, top notch. So I have also said that I used to feel like, Royal Caribbean was like up there, and I'm not saying that it's not up there, because a lot of people are real, sticklers about that. It's nice. It's really nice. It just came off, the last cruise I did was Royal Caribbean, and I had a great time. I have no complaints about that. But I used to think that they were so much better than Carnival because of the food options. The food places were great. Sadly, sadly, on this Royal Caribbean cruise we went to the steakhouse for dinner. It was like a birthday dinner celebration. And yeah, that steakhouse, it's called Chops Grill. It was not great. Now, obviously, the same chef is not on every Royal Caribbean ship, so I'm not gonna say that all the Chops Grills are horrible, but this one was not good. And it wasn't just me. There were 4 of us at dinner, and all 4 of us had complaints about our food. All 4. So that just says something. Whereas I've been to the steakhouse on the Carnival ship, and that steakhouse, chef's kiss. And I've had it on three, I think 3 different ships, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was wonderful. So yeah. So the way that I used to think that, Royal Caribbean had the better food options, I don't think so much. Carnival also, not just for these specialty restaurants, but Carnival also has leveled up by having Guy Fieri's burgers on the ship. That he has the Pig and Anchor barbecue spot on some of the ships. There is Shaq's Chicken on one of the, not one, but some of the Carnival ships. And yeah, they got pizza, they got a seafood shack, they got and the seafood shack you do have to pay extra for, but the other ones I mentioned, no. And yeah, they have, like, depending on the ship, you have a lot of food variety, and that's what I like. And as for their regular meals, they're pretty good. They're pretty good, and their pizza is really good too. Although they've cut down on the pizza hours, and nobody's happy about that. Everyone I've talked to about the pizza being not, it was not 24 hours, but it was like maybe 18 to 20 hours a day, like, that you could get this pizza. And like, they cut it down to like maybe 12 or something. And some might say it's enough, but that was the late night go-to. Like, if you were at the casino or something like that, that was the late night go-to. So not having the pizza option at like 3 a.m. is like, what are you doing with your life? But yeah, and then they substituted with this like late night buffet garbage. Now that part I'm gonna say is garbage, garbage, garbage. They got some what they calling pizza on that menu. The only thing that you could possibly eat is like there's like some chicken finger tenders, something nuggets. I don't know, some chicken something. Fries is not hot and fresh. It's just not great. But they also have the deli on the ships. They got like sushi restaurants. That's a specialty. But in teppanyaki, it's a specialty. So uh, they have Emerald Lagasse. They have some Emerald's choices on the main menu for dinner. So anyway, I feel like Carnival, for the most part, has set their game up, and so now they like on even keel with Royal Caribbean as far as food goes. As far as service goes, I guess it all depends on your cabin steward, room attendant, and the team that's on the ship that you're on. I guess that's pretty much, depending on who they are and what they do, that may be equal, all things being equal, I mean, you seen one towel animal, you seen them all, right? You want your bathroom clean, you want your bed made, it's like real simple. So I just feel like they're like even par. So really the food was the thing that to me distinguished it. Okay, the crowd can be a little different. Again, Royal Caribbean is a little bit older, it's a little bit more expensive than Carnival. You tend to get more deals on Carnival, so that may also contribute to the type of crowd that they get. But and for the most part, it's all love, it's all good. So yeah, that's the cruise thing I wanted to talk about. The last thing on my list is the most recent inquiry I had was about something about a birthday trip to Africa, somewhere in Africa. So I suggested that because I know that they typically take more luxury type trips. They do the Airbnb villas and stuff like that. So I said, Zanzibar is probably a really good spot to visit. It's, I feel like, a fairly soft landing into the motherland, the continent. And it is, it is a almost homogenous island, well, group of islands, right? But there's like the main island that people go to when they think of Zanzibar. So it's very homogenous. So when I say that, I mean, I think it's like 90-ish%. It could be 95. Like it's up there. Percent Muslim country. So it is, well, even though it's part of Tanzania, but that's the Zan in Tanzania, right? So it was a country called Tanganyika, and then there was a country called Zanzibar. Okay? And they joined together, right? They have a unique government because Zanzibar still has like an autonomous government. I think I may have mentioned this in a previous video, but they still are considered one country, Tanzania. And Zanzibar is in that, because it's more homogenous, it is different than the mainland. So yeah, of course there's a mix of Christians and Muslims and small sprinkling of other religions and stuff in there, because it's still like traditional beliefs that are followed in some places. But it is beautiful, and people go there for the beautiful beaches, to go scuba diving and snorkeling and swimming, beachfront living. But it's a serious contrast between what you see for tourist experience and local life. So you're going to pass through local life as you get to go into your tourist experience, and you might be like, oh, it's kind of like that. So you have to kind of prepare yourself for that reality check, because it is really clear that people coming are having experiences that locals aren't having, right? For the most part, they're not able to partake in these all-inclusive resorts in these beachfront villas, right? So I'm just saying, like the last trip I did, some of my friends and we stayed in a villa. It was a beachfront villa. It was very nice, 4 bedrooms, all en suite, and it had its own private pool. There was house help that came in every day, did the cleaning, and they even would help you prepare some stuff. Breakfast was included. They had a chef that cooked breakfast, but if you wanted them to prepare lunch and dinner, it was like an extra charge or whatever. But we typically did those things ourselves, like it was like a group activity. But it was amazing. It was wonderful. However, and we also had a security. We had a 24-hour security. It was like two guys who did, two Maasai men who did the security, and like 12 hours each shift, right? And so we didn't have to worry. We also weren't bothered when power went out, which is there are frequent power outages, right? And we weren't bothered because we had a generator. Okay. I mean, I remember like, wait a minute, the water's not hot. And they were like, oh, yeah, the power must be out. Let me go cut the generator on. Yeah. Yep. Oh, uh, we want, oh, the air conditioning is not on. Oh, let's go. The power must be out. Let's go put the generator on. Most people don't have that. And we had like a huge generator. So it just like cooled every place that we wanted cooled. And, we just had a very different experience. It was very nice. Another time I did an all-inclusive resort. It wasn't really high end. It was nice. I mean, I really don't have complaints, but it was, okay. And but let me tell you about that. We had it was like a Egyptian scrub, I can't remember what it was called. It's escaping me. But when I tell you they buffed and shined me, oh my word. Oh my word. Yeah, we did this whole package where we did sauna, and then we did the bath thing with, I mean, they scrubbed every bit of dead skin off you, exfoliated you like you ain't never been scrubbed before. And then they like buffed you with like this silky pillow thing. It was amazing. Okay, then after that we had a massage, and my Sora got her pedicure, and it was a wonderful experience. So like I said, this all-inclusive resort, it didn't include that. That was extra, but it was really reasonable. When I believe that whole experience was like $100. So, we know that a massage could be just $100, other places. So, anywho, yeah, so I did recommend Zanzibar to my friend because I know that it aligns more with the type of trips they like, right? I make no secrets about the fact that I'm a budget traveler. And although I am a budget traveler, I have had some luxury experiences. Not often, but every once in a while, you just treat yourself, right? And in the case of the resort, it was my line sister's very first time coming to the continent to begin with, and we did a variety of things, including we slept in tents. I had never slept in a tent before in my life, but we slept in tents in Serengeti and Ngorongoro Crater, yeah, in the national parks. Like we did the thing, and we went to a Maasai village, the village that I go to when I'm in the area. And we had a wonderful experience there. And then we flew to Zanzibar, and it was the tail end of the trip, and did the old town and the resort experience, right? So to give her a broader view of what the African experience is like, I haven't yet gone to West Africa, but in East Africa, I've wanted her to get like a good feel for it, which she did, and she loved it, And it's not for the weak. It ain't for the weak, because it's still developing. But if you want to talk about the future, it's there. The future is on the continent. I don't care what anybody says. So I think we would be really remiss if we didn't take advantage of the beauty and the culture, and just my face lights up when I talk about it. So the joy of being on the continent, there's nothing like the motherland. Nothing. Any who's and any hows, I want to thank you for hanging in there with me on my podcast. That's right, I'm calling it a podcast because, like I said, I haven't yet been able to get to the whole thing of getting the editing right, so I haven't done that yet. But I still have information. I still got stuff to share. I still want to talk, and I want you to listen. How about that? And you know what I've been forgetting to say to y'all? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's right. Subscribe to Wonderfully Me. Let's get these watch hours up. Think of it like I said, like a podcast. Just put it on. See how I'm looking that day. Say, hey girl, hey. And then, just listen to it while you are taking a bath, washing the dishes, whatever the case is. Just listen to what I have to say, okay? Thank you. Please and thank you. Anywho's and anyhows, I just want to say thank you again. I will try to get back at my regularly scheduled time next Monday. As my mother would say, sit for you yesterday and here you come today. That's what's kind of happened. I was supposed to be here on Monday and here I am on Tuesday. So I just want to say thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. And as I like to say in every video, and I feel like I want this is like my mantra, and I just want everybody to remember that we are all works in progress. We are all on a journey, and we should endeavor to be better every day. So I like to say, do good, because it's one of the most important things. But do good in a way that benefits not just yourself, but others as well. Okay? That's right. And be better. Be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and be an even better version of yourself tomorrow. Why? Because it's important. The progress is part of the process. Okay? All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And until the very next time, ciao for now. Ciao.